Hello guys, today we are going to examine a game between me and Knife Mike One from America. It was a wild game, so to speak. I had one brilliant move and a high accuracy. So let's get to it. E4, D5, uh, D4, and E5 takes D4. I mean, D4 takes E4, D5. Oh my goodness, I couldn't speak. So D5 takes E4. Yes. So he puts an attack on my pawn on E4, and I protect it with knight F3. He puts his pawn on G3, and I respond with bishop F5. He put his bishop to G2. I responded with E6. He put his knight to E2, and I responded with bishop to B4, and he put his pawn to A3. I took his knight on C3, and he took it back with his knight. So I castled in here, and then it's complicated game because like I'm gonna like he didn't put his bishop here, which is the best move. He put it here, which is an inaccuracy. If he played bishop to g5, he would pin my knight to my queen, so my knight couldn't move anywhere it wants. So uh, he didn't do that, and I saved my knight from getting pinned. So he played bishop e5. I took the knight on c3, and he didn't take it back. Uh, he played queen to h5. I saved my knight over and again. Uh, he castled, so I played knight d6, and he played g4. I played bishop g6 in order to kick out the queen. He put his queen to h3, and I took my knight to c4, and I made an attack on the bishop on e5, and he played rook e1, and I took the bishop on e5, and he didn't take the knight back. Instead of taking the knight back, he played bishop takes pawn. Like, how is this a good move? It should be like kind of a mistake or an inaccuracy. I don't get stockfish sometimes. So I took his bishop on e4, and he responded with rook takes e4. I saved my knight again for the third time, and he played c4, c3, and I gave a check on queen g5, and he put his king to b1, and I played knight a6. Then he played queen g3. Now I played rook d8, and one of the best moves I have ever played is going to be played by me now. He put his pawn on f4, and I put my queen to safe place, e5, e7. He responded with g5, and I took my rook to d5. So he played queen h4. I played a brilliant move. It's a like wild game, and it's a wild move. Knight c5. Now, if it takes, it's an inaccuracy because I take his knight. I mean rook with a check on the king. So it was a wild game, and it's a great move that I have played in here. It's a brilliant move. So he obviously took my knight. He thought that I blundered my knight, but I didn't. I took the rook on d1 with a check. He played king c3, and I played rook to h1, and he played f5. Now here is a funny thing. I'll just blunder something again, and I'll be still winning. I guess I'll be blundering my queen. Yes, and yes, I blundered my queen in here with taking the pawn on f5, and he took it. But I'm still winning according to the engine. It's 2.6 or 7 forward. So I played a mistake. Now he's winning. I put my rook on f1. He took a pawn on c7, and I played f4, which is the best move. He played queen to h5, and I again wanna get a new queen, of course, as always. So I gave a check on f2 with a rook, and he put his king to d1, and I played a mess. Uh, so I put my rook on g2, and he didn't take. I was thinking like it was also a brilliant move because if he took uh, and thought that he was winning because his rook was kind of closer to mine, I would have taken. And if he tried to uh, like capture my pawn before it's too late, I would be winning also. But in that position, uh, I was still losing, of course. But he played king to e1. So now here, guys, he should have taken the pawn on f3. Because of that, it's a mess. So it's also a mess because he could have taken like yes, yeah, he could have gone here, and I thought that it was a great move because like he couldn't have taken any of my match like materials. So he took my pawn on f2, and I took his pawn on g5. He made a mistake putting his rook on 8 b8 b7. So I responded with rook takes c5. He responded with the best move, which is rook to c7, and I responded with a mistake, which is rook e8. And now he's still winning, right? Now let's see what's happening. So he missed kind of a checkmate or like kind of forking in here. He could have forked. Of course, I could have gone like that, but he would have uh, mated me in a few seconds. But he didn't. He instead of forking me, he went queen to f3, and I responded with the best move, which is knight e5, and he blundered his queen. So I checked him. So he put his king to f3. Now, guys, I'm winning, and I have mate in 6. Like I was like, oh my goodness, you are winning. I know that, and I started to give some checks in order to like figure it out how I can mate him. So I started with rook f5 check, and it responded with king to g4, and he responded with rook f4, and he responded with king to g3, and I responded with a great move, rook to e3 check, and I responded with king to g2, and I responded with rook to f2, and it's checkmate on the next move. I don't know how I got there. Like, I blundered my queen. I made lots of mistakes, but I also made some brilliant moves. Uh, but I don't know. It was like a miracle, because if I didn't do any of that, instead I had gone here. It's mate. I was like looking out for miracles, and I found one. So it's checkmate. It was a wild game. It's just like incredible game that I have ever had. The most incredible one, and exciting, of course. And I don't know what to say. It was a great game. And according to the engine, also I was rated 850, although I had uh, some, one brilliant move. So I had made lots of mistakes and miss. Because of that, probably the engine thought that I was 850, although I am still 758. Uh, Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video today, and I'll see you in the next videos.